So the first question, explain the factors hindering economic development. The first. So before going into the factors that leading to the economic development, hindering the economic development, let us know what is economic development. What is economic development? The economic development is nothing but overall growth. Overall growth, right? That is, if there is an economic growth as well as an improvement, as well as if there is an improvement, if there is an improvement in the socio-economic conditions, then it is called as economic development, right? So if there is an economic growth, along with the economic growth, if we can identify any changes in the socio-economic conditions of the society, then that is called as economic development. Yes or no? So economic development and the growth to paatu socio-economic conditions kuda increase avali. Okay, that is the economic development. But what are the factors that leading to the hindering for the economic development? What is the meaning of hindering, stopping? Okay, what are the factors that leading to stop the economic development? We will see. So one such. So let us see point by point. First one is lack of natural resource. Right. So the first factor is lack of natural resource. If any country doesn't has the natural resources, okay, the natural resources are the founding stone for any of the economic development or the economic growth. If there is a natural resource, then we can utilize that natural resources to generate or to perform some economic activity, right? So when there is a lack of natural resource, then there is going to be an drawback for the economic development, right? So lack of natural resource, and natural resource lekapoyina economic development anedi proper ga jaragadu. Next, poor infrastructure. So when there is a poor infrastructure, what is an infrastructure? Roads, railways, buildings, education, right? Even infrastructure, right? These all are the infrastructure. When there is an inadequate infrastructure, when there is a poor infrastructure, what is going to happen when there is a poor infrastructure? You are not going to utilize your natural resource or the human resource properly, right? Even though if you perform an economic activity, if you produce a good, okay, by an hard means you produce a good, but because of there are no proper roads or railways, you will be unable to transport that good from one place to another place, right? So poor infrastructure is another cause. The next one is lower growth rate of human capital. So what is this lower growth rate of human capital? If you see in the less developed countries, that is the underdeveloped countries or in the developing countries, if you observe, we are having the human resource, but we are not having the human capital because we lack in the development of human resource, like providing them the proper education, proper health care. Okay, because of that, we are having the low growth rate of human capital. Got it? Next one is vicious cycle or the circle of poverty. So what is this vicious circle of poverty? The vicious circle of poverty has the two sides. One is the demand side and other is the supply side. Okay, what is the demand side and what is the supply side? If you see in a country, in a developing countries or the underdeveloped countries, they are going to have a less capital. That is the capital deficiency. They are going to have a less capital. That is the capital deficiency. Okay, because of this capital deficiency, they are going to have less productivity. That is a low productivity. Low productivity. They are going to have the low productivity. Right? They are going to have very low productivity because they are not having the capital. So because of that, they are not performing any economic activity. Their economic activity is less. Because of that, what happening? Their productivity is low. Because of the low productivity, the less people gets a job. That is a low income. Even the person who is performing the economic activity will get the less income. Because of low income, he can't create the demand. Because of that, what happens? Low demand. Because of low demand, what happens? As demand is not there, the people will not invest. Because of that, there will be a low investment. As there is a low investment, it leads to the capital deficiency. So this is of demand side. If you take from the supply side, same. Because of the capital deficiency, there will be the low productivity. Because of low productivity, what happens? There will be low income. When there is a low income, what happens? In place of demand, your savings will be low, right? Your savings are low means in the market, the investment is less. When there is a low investment, there will be a capital deficiency. If you see, if you replace, you interchange these two, the diagrams, the demand side and the supply side, both will, you can write it. Okay, you can write both the demand side diagram as well as the supply side diagram. Got it? This is about the vicious cycle of poverty. And other one is low rate of capital formation. Low rate of capital formation. So what happens if you see in the low developed countries, basically there will not be any capital. As there is no capital, because as they are poor people, as they are poor, there will be the low capital. Because of that low capital, what happens? Their economic activity will be less. Because of that, the capital formation will be very slow. Okay. And another problem is these countries are mainly dependent on the agriculture. That is also one of the reason for low rate of capital formation. Got it? Next. Socio-cultural constraints. Socio-cultural constraints. So what is this socio-cultural constraints? Because if you see, like our traditional beliefs, okay, like our traditional beliefs or our traditional practices, traditional beliefs, traditional practices, okay, our social attitude, these all consist of socio-cultural constraints. Because of that, what happens? Our people, mainly the developing and in the underdeveloped countries, what happens is these people will not be willing. They are not in a position to take as fast as the developing countries the new technology. Okay, they don't adopt the new technology as fast as the developed countries. Okay, that is also one of the cause. And even not only in the economic sense, these people they are not willing to adopt the new way of lifestyle by changing their socio-cultural practices. Okay, the next one is agricultural constraint. Agricultural constraint. The next one is agricultural constraint. Got it? The next one is the agricultural constraint. What is this agricultural constraint? These people are mainly developing and underdeveloped economies. Mainly the developed and the underdeveloped economies. Mainly they are dependent on the agriculture. Okay, mainly they are dependent on agriculture. And these people, who are doing agriculture in these countries are mainly illiterates. Okay, they don't shift for the new technology, and the labor are not adequately skilled. Okay, because of all this, the economic development is going to be hindered. The last but not the least is the foreign exchange constraints. Okay, as these countries will have more exports than the imports, they will have the foreign exchange constraints. That is, they will not have the proper foreign exchange. What is foreign exchange? That is the dollars. When you will have more dollars in your hand, when you export more, when your exports are more and when your imports are less, then you are going to have a more number of dollars. Okay, when you have more number of dollars, there is no problem for you. Whatever the good from the foreign countries you want, you can import that easily, because in the internationally the trade happens. Internationally the trade happens in the internationally the trade happens in internationally the trade happens in dollars itself. Internationally the trade happens in dollars itself. Got it? So when you are having the more dollars, then only you can trade. Okay, that is the meaning of foreign exchange constraints. That is, constraint means I can say a barrier.